what's the story that you could share of somebody that maybe you did invest in and it proved to be a huge success for both you and the other person?
I've worked with people. So one of them, I used to be a sales manager at a construction company. I was a roof inspector for a while in the 2010s. Amid some of my work, I took a summer job with a guy that I really liked through my jujitsu community up in Chicago. I was coach of mine actually, and he brought me in because he just said, "Kurt, you're really good at helping explain these things, and we kind of have like a responsibility gap in that we keep hiring people to do this job, and they like you give them a vehicle and you give them equipment and you train them, and then they just like take a nap in the truck and don't really do their job and that kind of thing." And so, I got brought in to sort of whip a group of people into shape. And I had no experience with the construction. Like I was not a construction guy. I didn't really know the stuff. I made a point of learning the curriculum, essentially, getting really good at understanding what the problems were with like the stuff that we were doing in specific, and then working with a bunch of teenagers who all were trouble. I mean, this was like their summer job, and a bunch of them didn't really care about it. But, getting 5 or 6 guys together who didn't really care about the job, and we hit the best numbers that company ever hit, like 3 years in a row, 3 summers in a row, just because they liked to work with me. And the reason they liked to work with me is I would get out of the truck and I would walk with them, essentially. Like, I would say, "Hey, like, here are our leads. Here are people that have called in because they want us to do whatever. I'm gonna walk you. I want to train you to be me. Like, I don't want this to just be your summer job. You could be making $250,000 a year doing construction management at 20 if you invested in yourself." And so I pushed a lot of those guys to really think like entrepreneurs themselves and treat the job like, "Hey man, like you could go work at McDonald's and make the kind of money you'll make if you don't take this job seriously, or you could just not go to college and you could be a millionaire by the time you're 30 if you actually take this job very seriously." There's so much money in this industry. And a couple of the guys, they ended up coming back every summer and working with me and killing it. And I mean, you're talking about 16, 17-year-old kids making a few $1,000s a week just doing their job well, and really becoming something serious. These are the kind of kids that like they couldn't get a job at Starbucks or Target because they kind of couldn't pass the background check and that kind of thing. Like, they just were rough people, but then turning it into, "Hey man, like you're a success story."